What's up, guys? Back in the shop today. Today should be part 6, I believe. It's gonna be the final part of this series. Everything's sprayed, if you can tell. Both bed sides turned out great. Tailgate great. You guys can kind of see there's a little bit of trash in it, a little bit of dirt here and there. I can point them out. I don't know if you can see them real well on camera, but there's one there, a couple there. But anyway, this is where a lot of people get stumped and don't really know what to do. Your job turned out great, everything, you're clear, laid out nice. But there's a little bit of trash and some orange peel. This third coat went on a little drier than what I normally like to spray, but that's a good thing because I wanted to show you guys the work involved in the sanding and the buffing after it's painted. If you guys are learning anything, if you're liking what you see, give me a like and a subscribe. I'll set this tripod up and show you guys how we cut and buff this. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright guys, when we're wet sanding, we're cutting this clear coat after it's dry. We're going to try to sand out all the orange peel, any that's left, any trash, any dirt, anything like that. We're going to use 2000, and a lot of people say that you've got to start at 1000 or 1500, and work your way all the way up to 3000 to buff it out. But the fact of the matter is you don't. You can go right with 2000 grit, block the whole thing out, and after you got it all blocked out, you can go right into polishing it. They've got polish pads, and I'll show you that later on. But for now, we'll just take our 2000. It comes in a sheet like this. You tear it in half, fit around your block. Just using water, nothing in it, just water right out of the sink, room temperature. Some people add soap, a drop of soap, Dawn soap or whatever. They say it helps slide, but I don't notice much difference. The drier you spray this, the more work this is, and your temperature and stuff affect all that. But this shouldn't take long at all to buff because it laid out really slick. And there was just a few pieces of trash on both sides, but it really don't take much at all. Just a lot of elbow grease and a lot of time. Block doubles as a squeegee, so you can check out what you've done. All right, guys, just to give you an idea of what we're going for here when we're polishing these out. The texture or whatever, the feel, I guess. You can kind of see I've sanded this with the 2000, and it's really, you know, there's nothing left in it. All the peel's gone, all the dirt, everything, it's completely gone. And then over here I did it a little lighter so you can see the peel actually still in it, and then on over here to where it hasn't been sanded at all. And this is the side that turned out a little bit more peely than the other side, but I really wanted to be able to show you guys this. So now we'll just keep on sanding. We'll set this back up on the tripod and get both of these sanded, and then we'll start polishing it. Alright, quick update. We got both the bed sides completely sanded. You guys can see that. It's sanded, but with 2000, so it's got a little bit of a shine to it. That's what you want. So you can see here above the rail where it was not sanded and buffed. That'll be hidden underneath that plastic guard, so we're not really worried about that. This side's done. My helper helped me out on this side while I did the other side. Shout out to my wife. She's great. She's great help. Alright, bumper's on, tightened up, tailgate's on. Now we'll set the tripod back up and go ahead and sand the bumper and the tailgate, and then we'll start buffing, guys. We're going to do the same thing. Wet sanding here on this tailgate as we did everything else. 2000 wet or dry paper, 3M. A soft block. Wrap it around there. And until all the peel's gone. Alright, it's been an hour or so later. I don't know, 45 minutes probably. The tailgate is completely done. Everything's out of it. Nice and dull. Bumper's done. This is all done. It's time to grab the buffer. All right, when we're buffing, guys, we're using a DeWalt buffer. I've used a lot of different ones, Harbor Freight, several different brands. This DeWalt's been with me a long time. It's about the best there is as far as I'm concerned. Foam polishing pad, 3M Perfected pad. Attached on there, nice and clean. Want to keep it clean. Our compound we use typically is this here, but I just recently discovered this, and I don't know, it's probably about half the cost, and it seems to be working wonders. It's a two-step system. The first one removes 1200 grit and finer sand scratches, so since we use 2000 grit to sand, this stuff will cut off real nice. And then this here is just a finishing polish. After we get done with step one, we'll wash our pad, clean it out, or use a new pad, and then polish it up with this step two here, and that removes everything else, all the swirls and compound marks and stuff. All right, guys, let's get to buffing. Alright, when we're buffing this, you don't need a lot of this stuff. It'll just make a big mess. Just put a few drops on there in a small area. We're not going to use a lot of pressure. Basically, let the tool do the work. I mean, you do got to press a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but you don't want to press too hard because you will burn right through the paint. Keep from making a big old mess, just smear it around. All right, guys, real quick here, we've made one pass over this with the buffer, and just you've seen the drops I put, just very few. That's some good compound. It cuts really quick. Now we're already back to a nice finish. Still got to buff it maybe 2 more times to get all the scratches out. Here you can still see some sand and scratches and stuff. Yeah, look at that mirror. Wow. And then we'll hit it again with that step one, and then go clean our pad and hit it with step two, and this thing will look like a mirror all the way down through there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Set you on the tripod. All right, here we go. This side is done with step one. I still got to wash the pad and come back with step two. And I'll show you guys a little update of that and show you even how much more that polishes this up. It looks like a mirror, guys. I'll do side 2 and then finish the tailgate and the bumper while still using step 1 of the polish. And then I'll wash my pad, come back, and we'll do all the step 2. It don't take quite as long. We've been whacking at it about I don't know, 4 hours or so already on this side. Probably 3 hours. Thanks for watching, guys. If you learned anything, give me a like, subscribe. Look at that mirror. All right, dead camera. So you guys missed about 45 minutes or so, maybe close to an hour. I've got about 3/4 of the tailgate done, half of the bumper. Still got over here on this side to do, and this half, and the whole passenger side. So let's set the tripod back up and get back on it. All right, we got side 2 all done with the step 1 polish. And my wife wet sanded this whole entire side. I just had to touch up a couple little bitty spots. Guys, she done a phenomenal job. Look how wet that looks. Looks like that paint's dripping off there. Look at that crap. Make sure you give us a like. My wife done a great job. Wow. I'm gonna have to get her to do all my wet sanding. Alright guys, I'm gonna wash out that pad and hit it with the second polish. I'm not really gonna record that. It's pretty boring watching me buff, I think. You guys definitely get the idea. It's one thing I want to hit on when you're buffing. Just make sure you guys stay off of these radiuses right here. Don't set your buffer on them. They get hit enough with the pads. Really don't put any pressure. Any of your radiuses, your arches, your corners. Just really stay off of that. Lots of polish, many times over, and you'll get this result. All right, I did a little spot here with the step 2 finishing polish. And you guys can really tell the difference here. I hope it shows up on camera. That's the side of the truck. That's pretty slick. It takes the haze out where there's no haze at all. I'll try to go down here where you can see the haze coming back from just the polish alone, the first polish. You can really see it. And down here it's gone. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Wet look. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this out with step 2. Alright, we got step 2 all done. We haven't got it wiped off or anything yet. I just wiped this little section here. This is all step 2 here. What a beautiful finish. There, it still needs wiped off. You guys can see. See all the stuff still on it. It needs wiped yet. Now we're ready to unmask it all, pull off the rest of the paper and the plastic, and give it a bath. Let's get on it. All right, everything's together. Tail lights are in. All the bed, this stuff's all put together. Everything shuts good. We'll wash it up before we put those emblems on though. We want to make sure that's good and clean before we put that double-sided tape on there. Backup camera's back on. New bumper plastic's looking sweet. She's cleaning up nice. Real nice. Alright guys, next we're going to tackle this customer request here. They painted their plow on their truck, so there's a little bit of overspray. So we're going to get all that stuff off. And then we'll be on to the washing. Let's get to it. Alright, after a quick wash and a wax, we did the step 2 polish on everything. Pressure washed it all. Used a little spray wax on it. Look at that shine, guys. Cleaned the rest of the truck up to match. Got all the overspray off the front. What a difference. If you guys feel like you learned something, if you're liking what you see, if you want to see more, give me a like, hit that subscribe button. I'd like to keep making some more videos. Hopefully somebody's getting something out of it. All right, guys, on to the next one. Thanks for watching part 6, guys. That's going to be the final part of this series. We got everything done. One thing I did want to go back on that I didn't really show, that was underneath after all the work was done. I went back with some Pour 15 and did the underside of all of the patchwork, and then after that was dry, we went over it with some bed liner undercoating. Couldn't think of the name of it. And that's something you guys don't want to forget, or you'll be right back here doing this again. It's important to make sure you guys undercoat the bottom side of that with something, but put some sort of protection on it. If you guys like what you see, if you're learning anything, if you're liking the channel, if you want me to keep making more, give me some likes, give us a subscribe. If you have any questions about anything that we've done today, anything I can help you with, feel free to comment. Thanks for watching, guys.